All right, y'all. Good morning. It is a beautiful morning. However, it is going to get very cold later today, and we are going to get some frost. Oop, I have an echo. Better take care of that. All right, guys, we have a lot of things I want to discuss today. May the Lord bless all of you in the name of Yeshua, in the name of Jesus, our Messiah. We have a lot of things to talk about. I want to talk about Bitcoin. I want to talk about Ethereum. I want to talk about Bitcoin Cash. Because honestly, guys, the Bitcoin trades have been pretty lame. They haven't been lame. They have not been lame. We've been able to trade within this little area for the past few days. The last Bitcoin trade that I took was actually a short position from this 21 EMA up here. I had been waiting for the price to come up to these levels to test these levels to see what was going to happen. And in fact, yesterday I did post a video. Let me see if I can actually find it. Yesterday, I don't know if I'll be able to find it now, guys, to be honest with you.
Do that by becoming a level.
Nope, I won't be able to find it, so I'm not going to try. But yesterday, I was saying I was not in a trade at the moment. I was going to wait for a trade. And the areas that I were waiting for were the 21 EMA and these highs right up in here. And then, of course, the second area that I was looking to potentially short was up here at this trend line. When we got to the 21 EMA, I actually posted it in the Discord right over here, where I said, look, we're testing the 21 EMA. We're testing it. We came up right to a resistance and the 21 EMA, a double resistance. And when I got my confirmations, I entered a short, and that was a really nice short. We came down, and then later on, we even came down more. And then later on, we even came down all the way to the bottom of what at the time I had a little trend line going on, like right here. But anyway, I put a new level of support right here, this blue line. This is like an hourly level of support where I'm just kind of looking at the average where price tends to come down to. And so really right now, the way I'm looking at Bitcoin is it seems that we are trading within a range. The high of the range is 57.4. The absolute low of the range is, I guess, you could say 53.4. And so until something happens where we break out of this area, the best way to trade this is to just look for shorts when we're up here and look for longs when we're down here. And also this middle area seems to be a sticking point. So if you're shorting, you might want to take profit in this middle area. If you're longing, you also might want to take profit in that little area. Now, I want to get into in this video how you're going to find those really good trade entries, and I want to talk about, why did I even enter a short there? I remember I was in a call with somebody, a coaching session, going over trading. It was a one-on-one coaching session, and while we were in the session, the Bitcoin price was coming up and testing that 4-hour 21 EMA. And so I was looking for some very specific things before I was entering that trade. And I think that, if you look out for those specific things, you are going to be able to find really good trade entries. It will take a lot of the pressure off because you will always feel confident entering that trade. So what I'm looking for is, first of all, as many of you know, I'm waiting for price to come to a level where I know there's going to be some kind of a reaction. So the 21 EMA on the 4-hour time frame, I know without a shadow of a doubt there is going to be some kind of reaction there. There's going to be some kind of reaction there. What is that reaction going to be? Well, it will either be where we keep bumping into it before we finally break through it, or we're going to get a clean rejection off of it. And now we got a clean rejection off of it. So what were we looking for when we entered that short position? If we go down to the lower time frames, I will show you exactly what I was looking for and why I did enter this position. We can see right here, as price is coming up to the 21 EMA, which is also, just so you know, there was confluence between the 21 EMA and the $57,000 daily resistance level, right? The $57,000 daily resistance level. What do we see happening as we are coming up to that level? Well, the first thing we notice is that price is rapidly going up like this. And then we can also see that momentum on Market Cipher B is coming down like this. Whenever you see price moving up and momentum moving down on Market Cipher, and also on Market Cipher, you see that the money flow is curving down. And this is on the 3-minute time frame, guys. This is on the 3-minute time frame. So whenever you see this is called a bearish divergence. When price is going up and momentum is coming down and money flow is coming down, this is called a bearish divergence. What it means is that Bitcoin is becoming overvalued. It's becoming overvalued because even though the price continues to go up, the momentum and the money is actually leaving Bitcoin, which means there needs to be some kind of a correction. And so if you mark out your levels on your chart, where you have your support and resistance levels marked, and then you are looking for bullish or bearish divergences, you are always going to find those best entries, because if you come up to a daily resistance level, you get a rejection, you get another retest, and at the same time you're seeing a very clear bearish divergence where price has been consistently coming up and momentum has been consistently coming down. This was my signal to enter right here, because not only did we get a retest, but the divergence was getting more and more pronounced. Money flow was coming down more and more, and that's the signal to enter the short. And so in the Discord, I let everybody know, look, we're testing that EMA. I was talking about this yesterday in my live stream, that I was not in a trade. I was looking to short at the EMA, and then what do you know? We dropped down. Those 21 EMAs are no joke, y'all. They are no joke. And this can work for any asset, but it's especially easy for Bitcoin if we are trading within some kind of range like this. If we are trading within a range where the price is just moving up and down, trading sideways like we are, right? We are trading clearly sideways. Let me take off some of these levels here. I'm just going to... no, I'm going to leave them on. I'm going to leave them on, but I'm going to take off these orange levels here because they're sloppy. They make the chart too sloppy. Let's see, where are they? There they are. I need to get more organized. Okay, so, there it is. There we go. This is what I want to see here. So if we're trading in a range like this, what we want to do is every single time we come to one of these supports, we want to see if we can see a bullish divergence. So we just got a nice, long position right here off of this support. So let's zoom in to maybe the 3-minute time frame and see if we can find some kind of a bullish divergence. Well, the first thing that comes to my eye is, yeah, we are forming a bullish divergence on these lower time frames, because if we go to the 3-minute even, we can see that price is consistently coming down from here all the way down to here, but momentum is also coming up. We can draw a clear upward direction in momentum, and a clear downward direction in price. And as soon as we touch this support, we get a nice move to the upside. And it's because you can see that price is coming down, yet money and momentum is coming into the asset. And these divergences, when you see them forming and there's confluence on a line of support or resistance, it will give you a very high probability trade setup, because not only are you pretty sure that the price is going to switch position, but it gives you a very good entry. If you enter, let's say that you do enter right here, because we got the initial bounce and then we got the retest, you can set your long position right here after the bounce. You have a very clear cut stop loss, okay, below the last swing low and below the support. And that will allow you to risk very, very little, with the potential to ride it up to the center of the range there. And regardless of whether we get there or not, it doesn't matter, because you're also going to be setting your take profits along the way. And the way you're going to be setting those take profits is you're going to look for sticking points along the way. So right here, just historically, I see that, you know, we come to a stopping point right around here, right? Because it was a resistance here, a resistance here, a resistance here, a support here, a support here, a support here, support. And so I would just mark that as a take profit 1, and then this center of the range, which is also the 618 level of the whole move, I would mark that as a take profit 2. And right now, if I were in this long position, I'm already in profit, right? I'm already 1.5% in profit, and regardless of what happens now, this is a winning trade. If we do come up and hit my next take profit, that's even a bigger win. And that's how you're going to do it. That's how you're going to find those entries when Bitcoin is trading sideways like this. And it's a pretty surefire way, guys, to be profitable in your trades. It really is. Let's talk about a few other things with Bitcoin, because some people are mentioning the triangle that is forming, the potential symmetrical triangle formation that we see going on here. I mean, there definitely is you know, a trend line that we can draw. We could even extend it down to here if we wanted to. We could do something like that, or we could just kind of put it like this, and move that up a little bit. You know, this is also a potential pattern that's forming here. This is also something to keep our eyes on. You know, as far as patterns go, the way we trade them is we trade them the same way we would trade horizontal levels of support and resistance. If we're looking at diagonal levels of support and resistance in some kind of a symmetrical triangle, we will be looking for, when price comes up to the trend line, we would be looking for the bearish divergence. And when price comes down to this trend line, we would be looking for a bullish divergence. One thing I do want to point out, though, is that so far in this triangle, we have really been testing these horizontal lines as well, right? Because right here, the bounce off of here was also the bounce off of 53.8, which seems to be a horizontal level that's being respected. And then the rejection off of these higher levels were rejections off of horizontals as well. So these are definitely things to keep in mind. But I do want to point out something very interesting and very, very significant on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, guys, keep your eyes on this. Keep your eyes on this. Potentially, we are seeing a bullish divergence. Potentially we are seeing a bullish divergence forming on the 4-hour, potentially, because we see that price is coming down and yet momentum is coming up like this. And that is something that I think is significant. That is something that I think is significant. Personally, I don't know what's going to happen now. I don't know. It looks like we've formed a very, very solid area of support in this area. It's solid, right? We haven't had any kind of, people have been waiting for, some kind of reaction. There were a lot of people yesterday who thought we were going to go back to 62K. There were also a lot of people who thought we were just going to go like this and go back down. That's why I was kind of just waiting on the sidelines yesterday to see what was going to happen, because I wasn't too sure. But it is possible that we're forming a bullish divergence. It's also possible that we're forming a symmetrical triangle like this. And we do see momentum is ramping up. We see momentum is ramping up here. This is on the 4-hour time frame. On the 3-hour time frame, we're clearly printing. We had a bottom, and then we're printing higher and higher, consecutively higher waves. So this is also something to keep our eyes on. We want to look to see if the divergences are forming on the lower time frames, and that's where we want to enter our trades. That is where we want to enter our trades. Shout out to Super Googly, who says, if Bitcoin plummets and ETH goes all-time high, is that something similar to the end of the last bull run? Did Ethereum hit an all-time high after Bitcoin tanked in the last bull run? I am not sure. I don't remember, but I do know that Ethereum is doing very well right now. I know Ethereum is doing well. Wow, it's doing really well. I'm in an Ethereum trade. It's up about 18%. It was up 22% before I started this live stream. But honestly, guys, I'm in an Ethereum trade, and I'm viewing it as just a swing trade again. I'm also in a Bitcoin long. I'm in a Bitcoin swing long, and I'm gonna hold that. And it's a risky one, guys. It's a risky one simply because we're clearly in a downtrend with Bitcoin. We're rejecting off of the 21 EMA. But I just kind of feel like we've reached a bottom here. The 8-hour is printing a double bottom, which I feel is significant. So it's a riskier one, which is why I didn't post it in the Discord. Because the thing about me posting my trades in the Discord, guys, is I only want to post the trades where I feel that there's a very, very, very high probability of them working out. And I don't want to post higher risk things in there, because I don't want people to get wrecked. And especially with swing trades, you have to have a different mentality with a swing trade where you're holding it for a long time. You're expecting the volatility. And, you have to just look at it a little bit differently. So, Carl Boyd, how do you find my free Discord? There's a link in the description of the video. So yeah, guys, just to basically recap, when Bitcoin is trading sideways like this, and if we are in this symmetrical triangle, what we want to do is whenever Bitcoin gets to an area of resistance, and now this is just perfect because the 21 EMA on the 4-hour is also acting as double resistance. When Bitcoin gets up to that level, you want to go to the lower time frames, and you want to take a look at Market Cipher, and you want to see if you can see a divergence, right? We want to just look for the divergence. So the short I took yesterday up here, right from this, it was the 21 EMA, and it was a horizontal resistance. And what I saw price consistently coming up like this, and I saw momentum consistently coming down like this, and on Market Cipher B, the money flow consistently curving down. That is a surefire shine that you're going to get a rejection. Okay, a surefire shine that you're going to get a rejection. And that's how you're going to find these entries while we're trading sideways like this. You're also going to find them while we are in any kind of movement. Let me show you. So, just as an example, when we come up and we hit this this all-time high up here at 65K, What happens when we go down to the 3-minute time frame and we go back in time? Wow, the 3-minute time frame, you know, this was so long ago when we were up at those highs. That was a lot of 3 minutes ago, guys. That was a lot of 3 minutes ago. What do we see? What do we see as soon as we get to this all-time high? What do we see? We see a very clear price is moving up right here, right? And we see, we see very clear price moving up, and we see very clear momentum moving down. And you always want to make sure you line up these so that they are, we could even take it back to here and see that momentum is moving down consistently. The momentum waves are getting shorter and shorter, and the price is going up, and we reject off of there. That's what you want to look for. Of course, this was different because it was an all-time high. We don't have a resistance to trade off of. However, we kind of do, because if you guys remember, I posted this in my Discord here for my trades, but 65, that was my target. 65K was my target for that move, and the reason for that was because it was a Fibonacci extension level. And these were my Fibonacci extension levels, so 65, and then 67, and then I think 70. But you're going to find good entries like that. Yeah, shout out to Eco Neek, who says the scalping the 3-minute chart is the favorite. No, Flathead, I'm not scalping the 3-minute chart. Guys, don't get me wrong here. I am definitely not scalping the 3-minute chart. This is how you're going to enter any trade, right? This is how you're going to enter really any trade. What I'm doing is I'm actually I always start on the 4-hour. And what I'm doing is I'm just looking to see if price gets to one of my key levels that I have marked out. This is using the 3-minute. It's a tool. I'm not scalping the 3-minute only. I'm not a scalper. What I'm doing is I'm just waiting to see, okay, is price coming to a significant level? If price comes up to this level here, then I'm going to go down to the 3-minute and look for a bearish divergence. And the reason for that is because only on those lower time frames am I actually going to see the divergence. There's no way to see the divergence like the trade I took yesterday from right here, the short. There's no way to see this divergence from the 4-hour time frame. There's not even a way to see it from the 1-hour time frame, right? Momentum is coming up on the 1-hour time frame. You can't see the divergence. You have to go down to the lower time frames because they're going to show you first. They are going to show you first before the markets do. So, you know, that's how you're going to use it. That's how you're going to use Market Cipher and just support and resistance trend lines to find those sweet entries. Just find those sweet entries. Okay, so people are asking, could this be a bearish pennant forming on Bitcoin? Of course it's possible. Of course it's possible. And if it is, then, you know, the target of this bearish pennant would be pretty low, right? It would be pretty low, because we would take it from, depending on how you want to look at the pole, I guess, the flag pole of this thing. If we break down, that would take us right to 46K, which is a daily support level as well, which would, you know, there's a lot of support that we have to drop through, though, guys, before that happens. And I think for me, here's what I really would like to see. I would really, really like to see that we are able to hold above this key Fibonacci level right here. And the key Fibonacci level is, if I here, let me remove these trend lines and stuff, just so that we can have a cleaner chart. So the key fib level is, I'm going to take out my fib here. Let's take out the fib, and we're going to take it from the swing low at 50K to the swing high, the all-time high at 65K, right? And look at this key fib level that I have marked out. This white line is exactly the 0.618 level. And so right now we're kind of holding support between the 0.5, whoa, sorry guys, between the 0.5 and the 0.786, and really the 618 is the middle point, of this kind of range here. So if we are unable to hold above that 618, then it is possible, of course, you know, we'll probably come a little bit lower. And it just so happens that, you know, the 46.5 daily level is also the 1.27% of this retracement, which in my mind makes it no longer a retracement. It means we're no longer in the uptrend. So if we come and we close below 50.45K, that means we are no longer in the uptrend, because this Fibonacci is showing us retracement of a leg upwards. But it depends also how you look at it, guys, because if we're pulling our fib from a lower point, you know, we could say we're retracing from this move, you know, in which case, you know, we would have to come all the way down past 28K. And if we come past 28K, then I would say it's time to rethink our what we're doing here. But to be honest with you guys, I do not think we are going to do that. I think potentially we're going to see something similar to what we did see in January, where we have a period of consolidation that keeps getting lower and lower over time. And then we're going to have another move to the upside. That's really what I think. I do not think the bull market is over. I think it's has a lot of juice left in it. We're still extremely bullish, as far as we're holding up above the 21 EMA on the daily quite well. I'm sorry, on the weekly we're holding above the 21 EMA, and we're quite high above it. And in the previous bull market, like I was saying yesterday, like this doesn't go back far enough because this is Bybit, but the previous bull market, we came down and we bounced off that 21 EMA on the weekly like 3 times. And so in my mind, you know, we have a lot of room here to maintain the bullishness of this uptrend, which it is an uptrend. You know, any uptrend comes down and tests the EMAs. If we go to the 4-hour, we can see that in any old uptrend, old or young uptrend, we get a nice bounce off the 21. That's just kind of how it works. So, yeah. Cool. So we just broke the 56K. And as you can see, guys, look at this. Look at this. This is why it's so important to mark your levels and look for trades, because we are getting a reaction off that 618 Fibonacci level. Even though it's a small reaction, we're still getting a reaction off of that level. And if we go down, let's see if we can see anything on the 3-minute. We cannot yet, but isn't that just, these levels are respected, guys. That's why it's so important to mark them out and use them for your trade entries. Use them for your trade entries. Let's see if we can see anything here. I mean, potentially there is a divergence forming on the 3-minute. If, you know, we print a red wave here, it looks like the VWAP is starting to cross down. If we're forming the divergence here and the price is going up and the momentum is coming down, and we see that we're rejecting off of, you know, I would like to see us reject off of the 21 EMA again, or, you know, 21 EMA, and also the excuse me. Also, we would be rejecting off of this trend line as well. You know, that would be just a great entry for the short, right? We're just trading short, long, short, long, short, and then eventually we're going to break out of here in some direction. in some direction, if this is indeed a triangle pattern forming. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Wow, Ethereum looking good, guys. Ethereum is looking good. So basically, guys, for Bitcoin, you know, my trading plan for Bitcoin today is, you know, just be looking for small moves, you know, the shorting the resistances, longing the supports, and this is actually kind of interesting to watch happen right now. Very curious to see if we are going to break out of, you know, this triangle. Very curious to see. Yeah, guys, FOMO into the like button of this video. FOMO in. Look at you know, there's a giant blue candlestick happening, and you guys are all going to miss out on it if you don't FOMO into the like button. So let's take a look at the 1 hour. Okay, so potentially there's a larger head and shoulders here. Somebody says, I could see that. I could kind of see that. I could kind of see that. And really, if we do take a look at the 1 hour, guys, I mean, we do have that direction. We have that direction on all time frames. The 4 hour is looking pretty nice. The 4 hour is looking extremely nice. The 3 hour, the 2 hour. I mean, this is not. This is really nice, guys, right here. This is really nice. So this is nice. Let's watch and see. Let's watch and see. Like I said, I'm in a Bitcoin trade. I'm in a swing trade, and I'm just kind of hoping that this is the bottom. It's a risky one, guys. I'm just, like I said, I'm hoping this is the bottom. As far as the swing trades go. As far as the swing trades go, I'm in an Ethereum trade up 27%. And then I'm in a Bitcoin trade, which is now up 2%. It was up, it was down 8% when I woke up this morning. But basically that's because I entered right around the center of this triangle thing. And I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens. Like, I'm kind of hoping that we did bottom out here. The reason I'm in the Ethereum swing trade, guys, is because for Ethereum on the 4 hour, this is the time to get into an Ethereum swing trade in my mind, because we bottomed out and we have a clear confirmation of the moving averages crossing over. The 21 is crossing over the 55. The last time that happened was back here, right? The last time that happened was back there, and from that point, we got a 48% move up. Now, you know, I entered Ethereum a while ago. I entered back, I think, down around this orange daily support when I saw that we came and formed a double bottom there. That's where I entered. But right now we're coming up to a daily level of support and resistance, so we need to watch and wait and see what happens. Have to watch and wait and see what happens. Yeah, guys. Yeah, Ethereum is looking super nice, though. We just printed a tight trigger. Ethereum is looking very nice, guys. Ethereum is looking very nice. Bitcoin is looking super nice as well. Bitcoin is looking very nice. I would say, you know, for if Bitcoin is going to break out, you know, watch very carefully what happens at these levels. You know, if you're looking for a move on Bitcoin, I mean, the 4 hour is looking extremely nice right here. That is a nice direction, a very nice direction. The fact that we've been trading sideways within this pattern, and we have this clear direction on the 4 hour, that is extremely nice. But, you know, remember that we are also kind of within this range, and we do have some resistances here. So if we can break the 57.4 resistance, You know, that would give me a lot of confidence in the Bitcoin trade that I'm in right now. That would give me a lot of confidence, because right now, as you can see, we're struggling a bit. We're struggling a bit. Okay, so Luke Botet says, how do you get an entry when it pumps straight up and it doesn't come back to retest? You have to wait for a retest. I know that people hate that, but check this out, okay? Let's just look at Bitcoin or Ethereum. Let's go to Ethereum, since that's the hot topic these days. Ethereum is the hot topic, and look at just the little struggle right here, right? The little struggle at the resistance. That's just how we roll. But look at this. We pump straight up. We get a breakout out of the triangle. Woohoo! Everyone's so excited. But we come back and we retest. We don't come back and retest for 2 days and 4 hours. So for 2 whole days, you're going to be feeling the FOMO. And let's say that you missed the retest and then we pump straight up again and you can't find a good entry. We do come back and retest it again. And we come back and retest it again and again and again and again, retesting the 21 EMA. But there's another way to do it too. If you're looking for a good entry, what you can do is simply, when we start printing on the 4-hour time frame for Ethereum or Bitcoin, when we start printing this red dot in the middle of an uptrend, right, you can start to look for a nice entry while we're printing the red dot. That's because the red dot in a powerful uptrend signifies that momentum is slowing down, and you'll probably be able to get some kind of a good entry. Of course, you need to do this on multiple time frames. The 4-hour, 24-minute strategy is a good way to find a good entry during an uptrend. If Bitcoin pumps now, which altcoins do I think will outperform Bitcoin? Probably a lot of altcoins will outperform Bitcoin. Probably a lot of them. So let's see what happens here, y'all. Wow, the 4 hours got a green dot going. The 3-minute, you know, we just had this nice money flow crossover. So okay, the divergence is no longer forming. The bearish divergence is no longer forming on the 3-minute. Is no longer forming. So that's a sign that we potentially now are about to actually have a breakout here. The 5-minute is looking very nice. Wow, the 12-minute is looking nice too. Let's see how the 24-minute looks. It looks good, doesn't it, guys? It looks good. We see clear direction here. We see clear direction. I really want to see us hold, you know, above this key fib level here. For Ethereum, if you're looking for an entry into Ethereum, what I would do, and again, guys, this is not financial advice, right? This is simply just entertainment purposes only for trades that I may or may not even be in. You know, for all you know, these trades are just Photoshop. We don't know. And so, you know, I'm not actually trading this because this is not financial advice. And, in fact, if you do mistake this for financial advice, as I always say, it's not going to be fun for you. You're going to lose all your Ethereum, all your Bitcoin. Somebody's going to give you 1 million Dogecoin and then take it away from you, and then it's going to go to the moon again, and you could have had billions of dollars, and you're not. All your friends are going to stop talking to you. You're going to start to become allergic to all your favorite foods. You're going to burn your mouth on a hot cup of coffee, and it's going to ruin your whole day. Ruin your whole day. You don't want that. This is not financial advice. The only real financial advice I could give is like this video. Because this video, the like button, the Jason Casper like button is going to the moon. If you're looking for a good entry on Ethereum, hypothetically speaking, I would honestly wait until we retest either this area of support and resistance, which we can clearly see right around here, okay? Wait for a retest of that, or wait for us to break out and then retest here, and then whoop. That's another way to do it. It's always good to buy the retest, right? You never want to buy into a resistance because look at what's happening. We got the strugs right here. We got the strugs. If we go down to the lower time frame, you know, we can see that we need to cool off a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But of course, trade the way you want. I'm a conservative trader. Y'all know me. I'm conservative. I'm conservative, y'all. I got a southern accent. My favorite president ever was George W. Bush. All right? Just so that's how conservative I am. So I don't like to take them risky trades, all right? I'm conservative with my money. I like to short the resistances. I like to long the supports. And it's very clear that, whenever we come to a resistance, we're going to get some kind of resistance. That's why it's called a resistance, y'all. That's why. So, wait for a retest. Wait for us to come back. If you're looking for on the lower time frame, look, if we retest this support, we're also retesting the 21 EMA. If we retest this support, we're also retesting the 55 EMA. And if we break out and we come back down to retest and are unable to lose that support, then okay, this is the new floor. Like, here's the thing. Would you ever jump as high as you could if your head was 2 inches away from a ceiling? Of course not. Of course not. You'd hit your head and it would hurt. But you would jump as high as you could if you were on the floor, very far away from the ceiling. So you don't want to jump when you're 2 inches away from the ceiling. You're going to get hurt. What you want to do is you want to wait until you come up and then that ceiling becomes a new floor and you've just gone up to the second floor of the house. Then you can jump as high as you want. And look, the second floor of your house has a much higher ceiling than the first floor. Has a much higher ceiling than the first floor. That's just kind of how we roll here. That's just kind of how we roll. Yeah, World Star Raw says resistance turns into support. The Flav is in his long from last week, almost breaking even. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, Blues Katsenda Baby says, Jason Casper, 24-minute money flow cross and a retest of the trend line from the upside. I'm increasing my long. Are you talking about BTC or ETH? I don't know. I don't know. But let's check out BTC again here. Yeah, guys, it's just so interesting. Is it not just so interesting how well respected these levels are, right? I mean, that 21 EMA ain't no joke, y'all. It ain't no joke. But I have to be honest, looking at Market Cipher B on the 4 hour is giving me extreme optimism, because this is not really a joke on the 4 hour. I mean, we can go back in time, and I don't know the last time we saw something like that, okay? But, potentially we saw something like that right here, where we were kind of like, we had this big dump, then we're trading in a little symmetrical triangle, and then we get a nice move to the upside. But that specific pattern on Market Cipher B, I don't think we've seen that for a very long time. Not since, like, we saw something like that here, right? We saw something like that here, which did give us a nice, 10% move. I guess that's not that nice, right? It's not that nice. I don't remember ever seeing something quite like that. And I've done a lot of studying, Market Cipher B studying. I guess you could say we saw something like that right here. Right here. But it wasn't after a dump. But it didn't really result in too much. It didn't really result in anything too much. It resulted in a move to the upside, about 6%, and then a massive 58% correction. Of course, this was because I think there was some kind of flu going around at the time, and it made people stop trading their Bitcoin because people sold all their Bitcoin, took it out of Coinbase because it actually is a preventative, an antiviral. Believe it or not, Bitcoin, if you actually are holding it in your hand and not keeping it on an exchange, it wards away all disease. People don't know that. Again, not financial advice, guys, not medical advice, okay? These statements have not been approved by the FDA. But yeah, before I have confidence in my Bitcoin long, which I'm currently in, y'all, I want to see us confirm above the 21 EMA. Confirm above the 21 EMA. That's my official I'm getting in a swing trade thing, right? Back in these days, we confirmed above the 21 EMA. If we confirm above the 21 EMA and get a bounce, boom, that is, in my mind, a great thing. And yes. Positive News Daily Tracy and Jen wants to know if I have video with the training course. Okay, guys, the course. To get the course, the comprehensive trading course that will teach you all this stuff and more is available at jasoncaspertrading.com, where you can check it out and see this picture. This picture that I made in GIMP, which actually has absolutely no meaning at all. Right, I just did it to look professional, right? You got the Market Cipher logo. You got this long position open, which isn't even at the right place, right? I have some random lines drawn on Market Cipher B. Don't worry, though. The course will actually teach you real information. Don't look at this picture, though. It won't teach you anything. What you can do is you can check out the testimonials of people who have taken this course and think it's a great learning experience. And you can check out the all the outline right here. You can get it at jasoncaspertrading.com. Link in the description of the video. And guys, if you don't yet have Market Cipher and you would like to get Market Cipher, okay, then there is a 5% discount in the description of this video. Also, guys, if you are not on Bybit yet, which I find shocking if not everybody's on Bybit, but Bybit is having that crazy promotion where you can get up to $1,610 plus earn 15% interest, up to 15% interest on what you're holding in your account. If you use my affiliate link here, all those rewards are available to you. Yeah, pretty crazy. So if you're not signed up to Bybit, now is a great time to do it, just because you can get all that stuff. All that stuff is in the description of this video. Okay, so let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash, guys. Bitcoin Cash is, I really like Bitcoin Cash. It's one of the assets that I am currently really bullish on, because it's like Litecoin. I'm also very bullish on Litecoin, and all right, everyone wants me to look at XRP, so let's look at XRP. Okay, here's XRP. XRP is looking like it's about to break out. On the 4-hour, we are forming a bottom, and then we're conforming consecutively higher waves. Okay, we just had a money flow cross. If we print a tight green trigger wave right in here, we're probably going to blast off to outer space with Elon Musk, going to Mars, going to the moon on SpaceX. Okay, if you guys know what I'm talking about here, we're going to drive our Tesla to orbit around the spherical Earth in outer space. And also, I just want to point out that on the 1 hour, we just had a money flow cross, and we are printing a tight trigger wave right here. So let's draw out some levels. Let's come up with a plan for trading XRP, because clearly this is an advantageous place to enter since we just had this major dumperoonie. So I would say that we would have a daily level of support right here. And then I would say we had another daily level of support right here. And then I would, the last daily level was way down here. Of course, then we have our all-time high, but I would put a daily level of support and resistance right there. So this would be the market structure that I'm dealing with as far as levels go. On the 4-hour, obviously we'd put a level here. I don't know if this is important to us right now at this moment, but I'll go ahead and put a 4-hour there. Right here, I would put a level there too, just because it seems to be respected, right where we wick right down to it, again, holding as support and then as resistance, okay? What I would really like to see for XRP is us come above that 21 EMA. If we come above that 21 EMA, that means that we are going to continue in the bull trend. Remember that just because something's pumping doesn't necessarily mean it's going to break out. We have been trading very similarly to BTC in this kind of range after the dump. It seems that a lot of the crypto markets are mirroring what BTC is doing. So what I would really want to see is I want to see us, if we're, this looks really good on Market Cipher. Again, guys, this looks good because we formed a clear bottom. We've formed a consecutively higher wave. The only thing that freaks me out a bit is the money flow crossing to the red, but we can see that coming back into the green. Actually, maybe not. I thought we could see that coming back into the green on the 1 hour. On the 50-minute, not so much. On the 24-minute, 24-minute is... Let's keep going down. Let's see if we can get some kind of clear direction here. Okay, so I'm on the 3-minute. I don't really like that too much. It's looking pretty weak. That VWAP is looking weak, guys. What I would have really liked to see is something like this, which we did see happening, but then I would like to see it kind of move up like this. If we start to form a lower wave here, that just means we're going to keep consolidating in this triangle before we have a massive breakout. So it looks like we are on the cusp of either a break up or a break down. And, if we come up right now to test this triangular shape from right here, and we come up like this, and yet momentum is coming down like this on Market Cipher B, right? Just a hypothetical here. That to me means we are not actually about to break out. But it is definitely something to keep our eyes on. Something to keep our eyes on. For sure. Something to keep our eyes on. XRP, as you guys know, I don't really trade it. I should have stayed in it. I didn't. But right now there's quite a bit of resistance for us. There's quite a bit of resistance for us. Let's kind of watch what happens right here with this VWAP on the 4 hour. If we can get a green wave right here where we have that clear direction, I think that will bust us through. That will bust us through. But again, I am not trading XRP actively, guys. I am trading actively Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum. Jad Nas says 3-minute bearish divergence formed. Check it out. Are you talking about XRP? 3-minute bearish divergence formed. It's forming. We can't consider it a bearish divergence until it confirms with a red dot. Because here's why. Look at this WAP. Look at the VWAP. It came down. It almost confirmed, but then it started to come back up. So it is potentially this wave could form like that. And if that wave does start to form like that, then that's really good, because then we would see a clear up direction there. But it's just something to keep the eyes on. Remember, guys, it's not a divergence until it confirms, because these waves can be fickle. They're like that girl in high school, right? She liked you so much one day. She was so into you. She's like, "Oh, Jason, I'm so into you. I'm so into you. I'm going to be with you today and forever." Right? And you're like, "Man, this is awesome. This is awesome. This girl likes me. I like her too. She wants to be with me forever." Then like 3 days later, man, she doesn't want anything to do with you. It's like, what the heck, man? What the heck, woman? Yeah, so you got to be careful. You got to be careful with these divergences. ETH is going again, man, says somebody in the chat. Wow, look at ETH. Broken out of that daily resistance. ETH is doing good. How's my trade looking? Wow, 31%. Nice, 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 nice. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, so my next target, guys, is the Valentine's Day target. The V-Day T. Let's see if we can retest the V-Day T over here. The Valentine's Day target. Maybe we can have a third Valentine's Day for the year, guys. For the year. Yeah, this is looking nice. Ethereum is looking nice. Although, keep in mind, guys, for those who are, concerned about missing an entry and FOMOing in, I can't tell you what to do. All I can honestly say is the fact that, historically, when we break out of stuff, when we break out of stuff, if we go back into history, there's always going to be an opportunity to get in, right? The people who thought there was no opportunity to get in here, there's opportunities for price to come down lower. And if you're going to FOMO in with low leverage, right? Because if you FOMO'd in up here right after we broke out of the daily resistance, you would have come down. You would have come down quite a bit. Would have come down, 2.5%, and eventually you would have come down 3.4%. And it's hard to hold your trades when you enter at a high, and then when we have a correction. It's hard to hold that psychologically. You might need to go to a psychologist. You might even need to go to a psychiatrist after it's all said and done. And look at us now, right? We were just blasting off, but we're coming down a little. We're coming down a little bit. Memory man, go XRP. Let's check out XRP. XRP, looking nice. It is looking nice, guys. Maybe I should load up on some Ripple. Maybe it'll send ripples throughout my portfolio, and everything will grow together. However, I do want to say that as long as we have been in this downtrend, guys, the 21 EMA has been a resistance. It's been a resistance, right? As soon as we cross under it, every time we come up, reject, come up, reject, come up, reject, come up. Let's see what happens. Josh Lindbergh wants to know, any chance you could explain how to increase a position on Bybit? Yeah, you simply just buy more. You just buy more. Place another limit buy order there. Let's take a look at Litecoin too, guys, because you guys know I'm all about the corn. Litecoin is looking extremely bullish right now. Extremely bullish. We have officially, guys, moved back into the uptrend for Litecoin. We're right on the cusp of the 21 EMA crossing over the 55 EMA. If we can get above the 267 level, and these EMAs cross, to me that is back to the races. That's back to the races. Just for me, guys. Again, I'm under the mindset that overall we are in a bull market. Okay. That's just me. Bitcoin could dump all the way down to 50K. We just looked at it. We saw the potential for us to break out of this triangle. And if we do, the target is $46,000. It's very, very possible. And if that happens, it will take all these altcoins down with us. So the trades that I'm currently in are a little bit risque, right? A little bit risque. But yeah, there's a green dot on the 4 hour. For Bitcoin. And like I said, if I was looking to trade this breakout, because usually, guys, right now I would be looking for a short in Bitcoin, like I shorted yesterday. I'm in a swing long on Bitcoin, but I am also scalping, shorting. I have 2 different accounts, okay? Multiple accounts. I have many Bybit accounts. But if you are going to long this, I would wait. I would wait for clear confirmation above the 21 EMA. And I would like to see on the 3-minute time frame, I would like to see us printing a bullish divergence of some kind. The good news is that we're not forming a bearish divergence. We see a clear direction up. And this is actually looking very, very nice. Very, very nice for a breakout. And the reason is because instead of forming a bearish divergence where we're losing momentum is staying the same right at the 60 line, and it's actually moving up. We see the clear upward direction. Yeah. It's looking kind of good. It's looking kind of good. I would want to wait for us to clear some of those levels before I entered like a scalp or a breakout trade. That's what I would want to do, to be honest with y'all. XRP just hit daily support resistance. Chances look good at holding at least before continuing up. Shout out to Memory Man with the TA updates. Let's take a look at XR Pizzle. All right, here we are, XR Pizzle. Give me ripples. Yeah, so XRP currently finding resistance at the 21 EMA, which Memory Man has marked as a daily support and resistance level as well, because I'll bet you he marked it out right here above these candles, which is totally valid. So let's put a line there. Let's remove this other orange line, and let's make this green line orange. And let's take a little zoom in there. And yeah, look at that, guys. So, you know, coming up to double resistance on XRP. We're printing now this red dot in the 4 hour. So again, like Memory Man says, let's just kind of wait and see. Let's just kind of wait and see. We don't want to jump the gun on anything. That's how we end up losing money. We want to wait for our confirmations. If you go back to the beginning of the video where I talk about how to find those good entries without any shadow of a doubt that it's going to, you know, well, there will be shadows of doubts. Don't get me wrong, but technically, guys, we are forming a bearish divergence here now on XRP because it has confirmed price has gone up, momentum has come down. So we're running into some resistance. We're running into some resistance here. All right, running into some resistance here. ETH is flipping resistance to support. Let's check out ETH now. Yeah, it very potentially is flipping resistance to support. Obviously, we need to cool down a little bit here on the 3 minute, the trace minuto, as I call it in my native Cuban tongue. And yeah, we need to cool off a little bit. We need to cool off a little bit. That's just how these uptrends work. But you know what looks like to me, what I think will happen, if I had to guess, is that because we are just experienced the money flow crossover for Ethereum, you know, usually that can lead to much more upward movement. And what might very well happen is, you know, on these lower time frames, we cool off a little bit and print. If we print a higher green wave here, and we just continue to see this kind of direction on Market Cipher, then you know, we can ride this a little bit more. We can ride this a little bit more. But also keep in mind, guys, you know, this is a resistance, and luckily I don't see a bearish divergence forming at all. I see momentum matching the price. Price going up, momentum going up as well. So yes. Tossed Films asks, am I Cuban? Yes, I am. I am Cuban. My grandfather, he came here in 1946, 1947 from Cuba. He didn't know English. He had no he had education, but in America's eyes, it was illegitimate high school education. He went to high school, he went to college, and he worked hard. And he ended up becoming second in command of a very large company. That generation was so great. And my grandfather is still alive today. He's 94. And he acts like he's 60. I mean, the dude, before COVID happened, he actually volunteered driving senior citizens to their doctor's appointment who were too old to drive. And he'd pick them up, and he was like 20 years older than them. And he's driving them to their doctor appointment. And he's like 90, 92, driving like 75-year-olds to their doctor appointment. And he's still out there gardening. He's still out there doing everything. He's the man. My grandfather is the man. He really is the man. And he's so generous. He would give you the shirt off his back. And even though he worked his way up and became a wealthy man, you would never know it by looking at his life. He lives a very, very, very modest life, you know. That generation, man, they had a lot of things right. Red diamond on the 3 hour chart, BTC USD. Let's check it out. Let's turn on Market Cipher A. And let's go. Oh, that's CryptoVac A. Let's turn on Market Cipher A. Market Cipher A on the 3 hour. Oh! Well, that's an old diamond, guys. We don't have to worry about that. That's an old blood diamond right there. But, you know, those diamonds do tend to have residual effects, right? They do. But I wouldn't be too, you know, I wouldn't be too concerned about it, right? I just wouldn't be too concerned about it. But clearly, guys, we are getting some clear resistance here. You know, that 21 EMA, it ain't no joke, y'all. It really ain't no joke. Let's zoom in and see if we can see any kind of thing, seeing that we're looking at with our eyes. Okay. I would say that potentially, you could say that there's a bearish divergence forming here. You could say that. You could say the bearish divergence is forming, and clearly we're having a struggle here. Let's go down to the 1 minute and see if we can see anything. Well, in the 1 minute, we have clearly gotten downward momentum. However, it looks like price is matching momentum here. Price is matching momentum here. If we start to see, you know, this is not looking very friendly though. Down here, this VWAP is not looking friendly. Of course, we're on the 1 minute. We're on the 1 minute. Yeah, shout out to CryptoFace. I just got an alert on my phone that CryptoFace just tweeted. He says, "I hate internet monopoly. You piece of garbage upper management thieves know who you are." So shout out to CryptoFace for his tweet. I don't know how long he tweeted that ago. I just got the notification now. It was it was yesterday. It was yesterday. So I don't know why I just got that notification now. But anyway, shout out to CryptoFace. Pretty cool guy. Okay, so Israel Medinat wants me to check out the weekly Bitcoin chart. The weekly Bitcoin chart. Wow, weekly Bitcoin chart. I think this yellow trend line down here is showing what's going to happen to the weekly Bitcoin chart. Yeah, so yeah, you know, we've been clearly forming the bearish divergence on the weekly Bitcoin chart. And you know what? We could say that divergence has not played out, right? Because we formed it here, and then the price kept coming up. So that's why I say, guys, that there is a lot of potential for downward movement, but we have to also remember that when we're looking at this high on the weekly Bitcoin chart, things tend to get a little furry. Things tend to get a little unclear. We really don't have much data to work with. We don't have much data to work with here. But yeah, things are looking not so great. They're looking not so great on the weekly. If we come to the daily, you know, the daily could turn us around, guys. The daily could turn us around. If we start printing another wave below down here, I mean, the VWAP on the daily is looking nice. And whenever we get that VWAP on the daily, it's pretty nice. It's pretty dang nice. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, right? Below the zero line, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. We always get some kind of move up. Yeah, we always get some kind of move up. Can I look at the MACD? You know what? I don't like the MACD. I'll be honest with you. I hate the MACD. I hate the MACD. I would much rather use Market Cipher than the MACD. The MACD is like 20 years delayed. You find a good entry. Oh, MACD crossover. Oops, too late. Missed the move. I mean, it's like, and then you try and like front run the MACD. You're like, oh, I see it ticking down. Or I see it ticking up. It's unreliable. I hate the MACD. I hate it. I hate the MACD. It's a garbage indicator. I don't know why people still use it. It doesn't do its job. There's better indicators out there if you're going to use an indicator. If you know, if you don't have Market Cipher and you don't want to get Market Cipher, first of all, I highly recommend it. It's my favorite indicator. I use it pretty much. I use it all the time. And now that I'm talking Southern again, if you want to use an indicator that ain't Market Cipher, then I would recommend, there's a few things I'd recommend. A regular old RSI, right? Just go and Google RSI, Relative Strength Index. That's a good one. You know why that's a good one? Because you can tell divergences on the RSI too. You can tell divergences on just the regular old RSI. But you know what has an RSI built in? Market Cipher. Yep, it does. It has an RSI built right in. 2 of them actually, and they're pretty good at finding them good entries as well. Another indicator I really like is called the Crown RSI EMA Control Zones indicator, because this will help you find divergences as well, and it gives you overall direction. So, you know, if the blue line is above the gray line, that means we have upward movement. Okay, and if it's below, that means we have downward movement. And then just in general, if this entire structure down here crosses above the 0 line, that means we're in a very strong uptrend. Like right here, we cross above the 0 line and we get this huge move to the upside. We cross below the 0 line and we get a dip. We cross below the 0 line and we get a dip. So if you're just looking at this thing on the 4 hour on a higher time frame like I am right now, and you notice to yourself, hey, we just crossed below the 0 line, both of the RSI and the EMA have crossed below the 0 line, you actually could have seen this giant dip coming before it came, just because we're crossing below the 0 line. You wouldn't have known how deep the dip was. But if anyone's interested in this free indicator, it's KROWN RSI plus EMA plus trading zones. It's legit. But the MACD, man, let's turn on the MACD. The MACD. What the MACD crossover right here. Okay, you could have entered in here. You could have entered short here, but if you did, you would have been in drawdown, and we didn't actually get our dump for a very long time. And we get a MACD crossover right here on the 4 hour, right here. You would have had a tiny little move, and then whoop, you would have gotten wrecked. I just don't like the MACD. MACD cross under right here, we kept going up. I just don't like the MACD. I don't like it. It's just not reliable to me. I would rather use Market Cipher. The money flow is way more accurate than the MACD to me. Sorry for all the MACD hate, y'all. I don't use Ichimoku. Shout out to whoever wrote to me in what I think is Arabic. I don't know Arabic. I know Hebrew a little, and I don't even know if that is Arabic. I just know it's the cursive font. Litecoin is pumping. Litecoin is pumping, people say. Yeah, look at the Litecoin pumping. Yep, and we are, Litecoin is pumping. Let's pump Litecoin. Let's go. Okay, cool. It's Arabic. Does anyone know what it says? Yeah, I should copy it and translate it into right, just to see what it says. Yeah, let's do that. Just curious. Let's see what it says. Let's go to Google Translate. The moment of truth. Okay, I feel like this might be a bad translation, but it could be that it might be an awkward translation here. A lot of times, translating Semitic languages into English gives you an awkward literal translation. Okay, let me see. I'm pretty sure. Oh man, is that really what you meant to convey? I don't know. Okay, well, hey, you know what? My wife is pregnant, and I do entrust God with the human that is growing within her womb. I trust that the Lord is stitching him together in the way that he desires it to be. And I fully have entrusted my child to God, to God. Shout out to Damon Sasso, who says, sounds like Bybit is now accepting fiat and fetus deposits. Yeah. Is Moon token good? I haven't been much into the Moon token. I have not been. But yeah, guys, I am gonna have to go soon. Because I've been streaming for a while, and we've gone over quite a lot of material today. It's been almost an hour and 20 minutes here. And FOMO into the like button, y'all. Andrew Sykes says, it looks like I have more indicators on Market Cipher B. I do not. Nope, I just have changed the colors of everything. That's all. Just change the colors to blue and purple to make it more soothing to the soul. More soothing to the soul. Yeah, so price is trading sideways. Momentum is coming down on the 3-minute. I don't really have a clear signal one way or the other here. But I will say this. Whenever we come up, if we're below the 21 EMA and we come up and we get a rejection off of it, it's never a bad time for a short scalp short, right? Just a little one, right? Like at least even now you could have gotten a 0.5% if that was 100x leverage. I'm kidding. But guys, I made a video yesterday where I actually do use 100x leverage, and scary stuff. That's for sure. Cool. Shout out to D-Sam who shorted. Yeah, that translation, Alex Covert. Yeah, pretty. Yeah, so if we're struggling to maintain this 618 level for Bitcoin, to me that's bearish. That's bearish. And as you guys know, I'm currently in some trades. My Bitcoin trade is not looking that great, right, guys? It's not looking the best. These are swing trades. I'm hoping that these will be swing trades. I plan to scalp short. I plan to short and long from my scalping account, and it's really my day trading account. But yeah, 4-hour green dot no longer a printing. 3-hour green dot still printing. But let's see what happens here. Let's really see what happens here. Looks like the 3-hour 21 EMA is kind of acting as a support, and this is acting as support as well. I will keep you guys posted. You can join the free Discord by clicking the link in the description of the video. If you become a VIP level 1 Patreon, you get access to all the VIP channels where we hang out. Also, I do my weekly TA live stream in here, where I basically go over my trading plan for the week. And then there's also discussion that happens in here. So after I post the trading plan and people go on and talk in here, I will post it also in the Jason Casper TA channel, where I do post some trade setups and I post some TA stuff. And the course you can get at jasoncaspertrading.com. And yeah, guys, yeah, that's what's up. That is what's up. May the Lord bless all of you, all 907 of you, and even half of you who didn't like the video. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, even if you didn't like the video. But I do pray that the Lord would bless you in the name of Jesus, the Messiah, and receive this blessing in Hebrew. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha, v'yasem lecha shalom b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Israel, which in English means, may the Lord bless you, and may he protect you, and may he cause his face to shine light upon you and be gracious unto you, and may he lift up his face upon you and give you peace. In the name of Jesus, the Messiah, the God of Israel, the God of the whole earth, the creator of the heavens and the earth. All things were made by him and through him and for him. And he is above all things. So I pray that the Lord bless all of you and reveal himself to you in a very personal way. And until next time, peace, y'all.